Cause the first it's got to show me love, love. Cause the first it's got to show me love, love. Cause the first it's got to show me love, love.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to our channel. I'm Irene.
And I'm Angelique, and we are Hype
Hype
Vibes. How y'all doing today, guys? Welcome back to another video. Hashtag Spooktober. Ooh, and I bet you're wondering why it's dark right now.
Currently, we are in a parking lot because we just got ourselves some In and Out, and we're gonna be doing a little mukbang for you guys, telling one specific story in particular, which is Angelina's grave, I guess. I don't know. We're gonna be talking about that a little bit, and then just other paranormal or spooky experiences that we've had. So that's what we're gonna be doing today. Oh yeah. And
we're gonna actually go to the gravesite, and we're gonna see if anything happens while we're there, if we see anything or hear anything like spooky, which I'm kind of low-key like really scared for, but like I'm trying not to be a chicken, so we'll see how that goes.
where's my knife?
I don't know. We have to be like mukbangers and show them.
Yeah, we're not trying to do like a little montage.
Is what a In-N-Out burger looks like if you've never had one. Yeah, honestly though, if you've never freaking tried In-N-Out, you need to try it because it's bomb.com.
Here's your montage, guys.
You know what I'm saying?
Catch those nails real quick.
We just got our nails done, guys. So we're feeling a little bad and bougie, you know what I'm saying?
Alright, so we're here today to... Yeah, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, don't do that.
Growing up, my Nana, which is my dad's mom, told us about this little girl named Angelina, and that she was just a little girl. I didn't know, she didn't really specify age, but she was just a little girl that died in like the wagon times, and I don't know what that time period is called, but it's called the wagon times because they did wagons and horses and all that good stuff. So it was during that time she got like yellow fever or something. She got sick and she ended up passing away. They buried her. Later on down the road, now that she's like a ghost, you know, roaming around, my Nana said that if you like go to where she is and you talk, like if you talk bad about her, she will like flip her shit. And if you do talk bad about her, she's gonna basically come get you. That's
and like
what
she was a
us.
little girl when she died too.
Yeah.
So she really didn't get to live the life that she was meant to live, you know?
Yeah. And so that's the story my Nana would just always tell us, and of course my dad would like back her because like I don't know if they ever use it as a form of like, oh, if you don't listen, then Angelina's gonna come get you. They didn't really do that. That was more of like the Kokoy is gonna come get you, and I was like, oh no.
Yeah, or La Llorona, dude.
Oh yeah,
that
no.
was another one.
Heck, But anyway, so yeah, that was the story I grew up with, and some crazy stuff happened apparently to my Nana when she was growing up. I'll tell you my Nana's story first. Supposedly, when my Nana was growing up, like maybe a teenager, I knew some people that were like going to Angelina's whatever because they were acting stupid and they were talking trash about her. And I think there's like there used to be a bridge connecting the road.
Before or after? I forget.
Before the grave. So there used to be this bridge, and then her grave is like on this like little corner, and they were talking trash about her or whatever, and they kept like just talking mad shit. And then all of a sudden, like I think they were in the car. I can't remember if they were driving away or if they were like outside of their car, but their car like flipped over the bridge, like they were just driving or whatever have you, and the car just flipped like with no explanation. Like they weren't drinking or anything like that, they were just being stupid. And supposedly she got angry and like flipped the car over. That's what my Nana would tell us when we were little. So we're like, oh god. But see, I've been there. I've been to Angelina's grave before, and it wasn't never like to be disrespectful. It was just like, oh my god, like let's go check it out. But my brother and his best friend went, and they weren't being stupid either, because like I said, me and my brother like grew up listening to my Nana telling us like, you cannot talk bad about her, or this and this and this is gonna happen. So they're probably just like checking it out or whatever. And so they were in my brother's friend's car. They're both in the front seat, and they say that if you go and you just sit there for a little bit, you can try to communicate with her. You don't have to, but supposedly once you leave, there will be little girls' handprints on the window. Like either it's all over the windows or just on like on a specific part of the window. I'm not too clear about that, but my brother and his friend went, and that happened. Like there was a handprint on the car on the window, and they took a picture of it, and I saw it, and I was like, oh heck no, dude. Like,
and it was literally only them two. How old was he then?
It wasn't too long ago, maybe like 2 or 3 years ago, maybe 4 years. Yeah, that's what happened to my brother. Every time I've gone, nothing's happened because I don't think I stay long enough for something to happen. I'm just like, oh, that's cool. Gotta go.
Yeah, we've been like a couple times. I think like maybe 1 or 2 times, right? Yeah. But I've never gone out of the car because legit, like,
I've been like,
I don't F with that.
In like next to her grave, like standing, like not on it because that's disrespectful, dude. But like there, you know.
Yeah, I don't think I have any stories. But
like, you didn't grow up hearing anything about her?
No, I didn't know about Angelina's grave until you guys like told me about it.
Oh. Yeah, my family experiences kind of a lot of paranormal stuff. I do not know why.
It's scary.
I mean,
it's
I
scary,
have
but it's like
suspicions. Cool. Like, I think I know, but I just don't. I don't know.
You think you're haunted?
Not well.
But you have some kind of access to paranormal side?
That, or it's like I've lost a lot of people in my life, so they're either trying to communicate or we're kind of like psychic a little bit, like can tell like energies or something. I really don't know, to be honest with you. Did you want to read like the actual story of Angelina? I'm
gonna read the actual story just because I don't have any personal experiences, or like I don't know anybody else that has like had experiences with it. So she kind of like grew up hearing about her ghost as like Angelina, but when I looked up her actual story, so my car lights just randomly turned off. Weird. But we back again. Anyway.
Oh shit.
Her actual name was Angeline Hoagland. I don't know how it came that her name, the story got switched to Angelina, but anyway, it says the Prescott Valley Historical Society has adopted a gravesite in the Citizens Cemetery on Sheldon Street in Prescott. This gravesite is of local interest because it contains the burials of the family of little Angeline, whose grave you may have seen near the bridge on Old Black Canyon Highway. Guess that's the name of what it's called, where it's located. It says this lone grave often elicits curiosity. So here's the story as it has been told. Angeline was the daughter of Catherine Stewart McGee Hoagland and her husband David Hoagland, both from Texas. We're not sure or why they came to this area, but we know they settled somewhere along Lings Creek, perhaps trying their hand at gold mining. While living there, 2-year-old Angeline became ill and died on January 15th, 1886.
Wait, January 15th?
1886.
That's the same day my papa died.
January 15th?
January 15th, 2017.
I didn't know that.
Yep. Oh, I get a goosebumps!
Weird. Chills. She was buried along Old Black Canyon Highway. Some versions of this sad story indicate that the family was on the way to Prescott to seek medical help, and other stories indicate that she was simply buried near where the family was living. So they might have lived in that area. And so then that's where they buried her. Another question raised is why Charlotte Hall composed a poem for Angelina's headstone. So there was someone that made a poem for her headstone when they put it up. It said, Miss Hall may have been a friend of the family. This headstone and the poem etched on it had to have been placed much after Angeline's death. Shortly after Angeline's passing, her mother and father separated, and we do not have a further record of the father, so they don't know what happened to him. It said Catherine moved to Prescott with her other daughter, Angeline's half-sister, Julia McGee, and she worked as a cook and laundress. Julia married John Spiller, a soldier from Fort Whipple. They had 2 children, one of whom died in infancy. John died at an early age, and he and their baby, Ora Lou, are buried in the family plot in the Citizens Cemetery. Julia married again, had 4 daughters, and died at the age of 32. Damn. She is buried next to John Spiller. Catherine lived on in Prescott until she died in 1922 following a stroke. She was buried in the same family plot. We wonder if Catherine helped to raise her 5 grandchildren, especially the son of Julia and John Spiller. That's what it says in the article. It says none of Catherine's family remained in Prescott. Over the years, Angeline's grave was neglected and vandalized. Finally, her headstone was removed and stored for safekeeping at Charlotte Hall Museum. On January 15th, 1993, 104 years after the death of Angeline, the headstone was returned to the gravesite. Now a fence protects the grave, which is on private property. So it is on private property.
Damn.
There's a house right next to it.
Yeah, I know.
And then it says the Prescott Valley Historical Society has taken on the project of maintaining the gravesite of Angeline's family in the Citizens Cemetery. So that was pretty much the story. It kind of told about, like, they don't know or have record of what happened to her father or how long he lived. But the mom went on to, like, live and raised her other sister. And then they lived, grew up and had their own kids and all that. And so I actually do have the poem, though, that lady wrote that was on the headstone.
Let's hear it.
It said, Charlotte Hall, the celebrated writer and poet of the late 1800s, wrote the poem which became the inscription on Angeline's headstone. So here's what it says. It says, here lies our baby Angeline, for which we weep and do repine. She was all our joy and all our pride, until the day our baby died. We hope in heaven again to meet, and then our joy will be complete. But until our Maker calls us there, we trust her to his righteous care. And
I didn't know she died January 15th, though. That is crazy. But yeah, after done eating, doing a little mukbang thing, that is where we are going to be headed. So stay tuned for that. Yeah. But for now, we're just going to tell other little paranormal stories that have happened to us so far. Oh, shit. I just spilled freaking Thousand Island on my leggings. I'm pissed.
Sad day. Honestly, like, I've never really, like, had a paranormal experience, like, myself. Or, like, I don't think anyone really in my family has either, which I'm kind of glad for, because I'd get really scared if that did happen to me. But, like, at the same time, like, that kind of stuff fascinates me. But yeah, I don't really think I've had any scary
It's just like totally different when you experience something, because you're like, is this real life? Like, am I dreaming? Like, what's happening? But I will say that I have never ever like seen a shadow figure thus far, and I want to keep it that way, because I'd rather like poltergeist stuff happen than see a figure. Like, no thank you, sis, I don't want that. So, the things that I have experienced so far. I was in high school, and we were living with my nana at the time, my dad's mom. And she, like, lived in this trailer, and it didn't seem haunted. Like, everything was fine. But I was doing homework in my room, and I heard the doorknob wiggle. And I thought it was my brother being a little freaking travieso, trying to bother me when I'm trying to do my homework. And I was like, Isaac, what do you want? And nothing. And I was like, Dad, tell Isaac to leave me alone. And so I go on doing my homework, and I like hear the doorknob again, and I am facing the door, so I look up and I see it moving, and I'm like, okay, this little freaking B word. So I open the door really quick, and no one was there. And I was like, Isaac, did you like run over here real quick and try to open the door and leave? He's like, no, I've been sitting on the couch this whole time. And I was like, oh hell no, I got my stuff, left the light on in the room, left it open, and I went to the kitchen, or like the couch area where my brother was, and did my homework out there. I finished it out there. I was like, I'm not staying in that room by myself. Like, no. Another time that has happened to me was when I was taking a shower. Okay, I was in the bathroom. I literally just got out of the shower. I was wrapping the towel around me, and I was like facing the toilet, and so here's the door, and then like here's the toilet. So I was like facing the toilet really quick to like wrap myself, and then I was gonna open the door, and then the door freaking the handle wiggled. And so in my head I was like, okay, this has already happened. So I was like, I told them this story. So I was like, oh, they're totally trying to pull a prank on me, like scare me. I wasn't gonna have it. So I opened the door real quick, and again, no one was there. And I was like, are you guys
home alone then?
No, they were all there, but they were like so it's a trailer. So trailers are just like, honestly, just one long building. And so the bathroom was at the end of the house, and then in the beginning of the house is the kitchen and like the living room area. So they were all in there, and I was like taking a shower and stuff. I got out and I was like, did anyone have to go to the restroom? Like, why, you know I'm in the shower, why are you trying to bother me? And they're like, no, we've been here the whole time. And I'm like, oh, God, it's happened again. Like, literally, it was only me, because that never happened to my dad or my brother or anyone. And I was just over it. So that happened.
And but like, it hasn't ever happened like again since, has it?
No,
you could think of?
just in that house.
That's
Just in that house. That it's happened maybe like 2 or 3 times to me, and I was like, you know what? I'm over it. I was like, I spoke out loud. I was like,
all right, you're here. I see you. You know, I'm not trying to bother you. I'm just trying to live my life here. And I'm not trying to do anything else, so please leave me alone.
it was so scary, dude. But I'm gonna tell my brother's story because he's not here to tell it, and it's honestly one of the scariest things that I have heard someone
Is
in
it
real
the
life go
hurricane?
through. Yes,
I've heard this story, guys, and I'm still terrified to this day.
it is honestly so freaking scary. If this
And
happened to me,
also, that trailer that she's talking about, I have been in it before. I stayed the night, and let me tell you,
house.
I've had some weird feelings in there. Like, I can't say per paranormal, like, say that I've, like, experienced there, but I've experienced before where, like, I don't know, like, I just feel, like,
uneasy.
yeah, it's scary.
It's like fine, but it's just when little shit happens, you're kind of like, I've got to go. So one day, I don't think I was at work. My dad was at work, and my brother, I don't think he had school this day, or he just didn't go. He played hooky. I don't know what it was, but he was home alone, and like alone, like just him in the house, and he was on the kitchen table, just playing my dad's iPad or his phone or whatever. He was eating or something like that. And my dad, he like had a few beers that night, and he like left them on the kitchen table. My brother was like getting ready to like, he got done eating or doing whatever he was gonna do, and he was picking up the trash in the kitchen, and he goes to like, he grabs one beer can, puts it in the trash, and right when he's about to go for the other, it crushes by itself. It crushes, it goes like, and then it drags across the kitchen table. It was like, and it stopped. My brother was like, oh hell no. So he like got his phone, he ran out of the house. This is what he told me. He said he ran out of the house and he called my dad. The first thing he did, he called my dad, and he's like, Dad, this just happened. And my dad's like, okay, like, are you serious? Because my dad's a chicken too.
Yeah.
So my dad was like, oh my god, like, if you want to leave the house, I understand, like, you got to go if that's what you want to do. And I was just like, bro, I don't believe you, like, because
Yeah, I
that's
didn't
like,
believe it either.
that's like movie stuff. Like,
Yeah.
you're gonna tell me you saw the can crush with your own 2 little eyes and then it moved? No, sir. And he's like, absolutely. I was like, well, that's cool. Like, I'm not staying here anymore. Like, I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
But oh my gosh, yeah, that's just some of the stories.
Some
Like,
scary freaking stuff.
oh my god, wait, I think I did see a shadow person once. You totally reminded me.
Dude.
Okay, guys, I was spending the night at my cousin's house, and we were all like, I think we all fell asleep in the living room watching TV, and there were like adults that live in the house too, and like they smoked, and so they were like, we were on the freaking living room. I was sleeping on the couch, and their house is like open, and so here's the living room, and then right across the living room, like a little ways, is the kitchen, and then leads to outside, the backyard. And so I was sleeping, and I just go to turn my head to like face the kitchen area, and I see like someone outside, and I thought it was like one of my uncles like smoking a cigarette out there, and I was just like half asleep, but I was watching to see if I could see like smoke or something, and I literally did not see any smoke, and I think it was to where I could only see the torso up. Like, I don't know if something was blocking the legs, I can't remember, but I only saw the torso up, and I saw this thing like walk across
The porch.
the porch, yeah, but like the doorway, because it's all glass. I just saw the freaking shadow person just walk right across the freaking window, and I was like, cousin, like, I was calling Fetty. Oh yeah, Arab Dara, he was right next to me, and I was like, Fetty, wake up, and he would not wake up, and I was like, wake up. And then he's like, what? And I'm like, I think there's someone outside, like, can you go check? He's like, oh, it's probably just our uncle, like, just go back to bed. And I was like,
You're like,
nigga, that's
excuse
what
me,
I thought,
excuse me.
but it's not. I need you to go check. And his ass literally just fell asleep again, and I was like,
I'd have
that's
been
cool.
like, nah. I'd have been like, all of you are waking up right now. You're gonna go check.
I was so scared, guys.
That's
And I know for a
scary.
fact it was not a person. It really wasn't. And oh my god, I forgot. I tried to block that out. That was the only one time I seen something. I literally covered myself with the blankets and like faced the other way and tried to go to sleep. Like, that was bad. But those are my stories. So there's some of my
Yeah,
stories.
same.
Like, my
That's
family
scary.
has thousands more. Like,
It's
crazy.
crazy. It's not even like, it's crazy.
But you have some.
No, I don't. I'm serious.
Yes, you do.
And if I do, I know that I probably like blocked them out because I'm not trying to remember that stuff.
You do though.
No, I don't think. Do you know any that I've told you?
Your sleep paralysis one?
Oh, I know. That's scary though.
That one is scary.
Well, I don't know if that's really like paranormal though. Like when people tell the story about like, it's kind of actually like how people explain it is really what the experience is. Like, I don't really have sleep paralysis anymore, but I mean, I used to get sleep paralysis a lot when I was in high school, and that is just literally the most terrifying thing because I literally like, there's like only like a couple instances I can remember like when I was like sleeping and I'm like thinking I'm dreaming, but then I like kind of like realize that like I wake up. And so I remember I woke up this one night and I was just kind of laying there and like I wanted to like look around my room for some reason, and like I wanted to get up and look around, but for some reason like my body just wouldn't move. Like it didn't move at all, and like I wanted to get up because I felt like there was something or like someone there. And so like I'm just laying there awake, right? And I'm kind of just looking with my eyes, and then I just remember I'm like laying there so still, and I look up, like I remember in my head like lifting up, and like I'm just looking like straight at the foot of my bed, and I can see someone or like something like right there at the foot of my bed. Like it literally freaked me out so bad. Like I couldn't like process like, was I sleeping, like was I dreaming, or was like really awake? And like it happened a couple of times where I was done that, and I literally could not move at all. Like I remember like I just wanted to move so bad, or like jump up from the bed and like scoot back, and like my body would just not do it. It was just like there, like I was forced to like look at whatever the hell that was, and it's literally like the most terrifying thing ever. I'm like a big chicken when it comes to like things in the dark. Like, don't mess with that. But yeah, it's literally so scary. Like, which I'm kind of glad like I don't really experience that anymore. But it's so scary. Like
I've never experienced sleep paralysis, and I feel because my head thinks of crazy shit. And like I've seen a lot of scary movies, so I feel like if I were to get sleep paralysis, like I would see some effed up stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm not about that. I feel for people that deal with that so bad. Like I would not be able to do it. Like I mean, I guess I wouldn't have a choice, but I really like couldn't.
Okay, so I think that's pretty much it for freaking spooky stories. Anyway, so now we're gonna actually I'm like stalling because I don't want to do this, but like we're gonna do this. So
we ate our food, our bellies are full. Now let's hope if something crazy happens, we can still run, because you know what I'm saying. And I got these shoes on. I don't know if that's good for outdoor wear, but you know, we are gonna do it. So
yeah,
we will see you guys when we get to Angelina's grave. Alright guys, so here is Angelina's grave. It's fine. It is pretty, huh? So we just came to pay our respects. Little crosses. So nice, people like put stuff for her. Alright guys, well this is private property, so we don't want to get in trouble, but we just wanted to show you a little bit. There is a fence, so there it is. Little steps. Interesting. On the drive.
okay. I was like, I don't know if I knocked that down. That sign that says
It's right over there, guys. Huh? What did you say?
Like, I didn't know if I knocked that sign down, but I don't think I did.
Oh no.
And
And there's the bridge right here on the right hand side of me. You can't really see it.
I see.
Alright guys, so we got back in the car. There is a house next to Angelina's grave, and so the motion light sensor thing came on, and we kind of heard a noise, so we didn't want to like intrude the people that live there or anything like that. So we just paid our respects, and then we came back in the car. And so right now we are parked by the old bridge. It's literally the road, and then the bridge is like on the other side. You just can't like go on it anymore, really. I think you could maybe walk on it, but since the story goes that she can leave her handprints on like the car windows or on the car, we're gonna stay in the car. We'll maybe roll down the window a little bit, so we'll maybe ask a few questions, see if we get anything. Maybe not, but we will definitely try. How was that for you? Angelique hasn't gone out of the car to visit her grave yet until tonight.
I was like terrified. I was like scared just because like I didn't really know what to expect, and you know, if something were to like happen, but nothing really happened. Like after like actually looking at the grave and stuff, I almost felt like a sort of like peace in a way. Like it wasn't really like as scary. It was like calm and everything. So
yeah, and so that's what I'm saying. Like if you just go to pay your respects and everything, like you should be fine. It's when people like come and disrespect, and yeah, that's when stuff might happen. But we are here. We just wanted to let you guys know what we're doing. So right now, I guess we will roll down the windows, maybe ask a few questions. We'll turn the lights off, so you're not going to be able to see us that well, unless, should we turn a flashlight on at least?
Yeah, we'll turn the flashlight on, but you won't really see us for the most part. You'll just kind of hear like what we're doing and stuff, and then we'll kind of look after and see if we see anything. If not,
alrighty, let's go, guys. Ooh, alrighty. I don't want to roll my window down,
I wouldn't roll mine down.
but I'm right next to the bridge. Alright, guys, so we might not roll our window down. I guess I don't know if we can ask questions then, like, because I don't think we're gonna catch anything like that. But like, let me turn the camera around to, can I turn the camera around? Alright, so turn your flashlight off, actually. We're in the car, right? And literally, like, you can't even see the sky, like, nothing. It's complete darkness. Like, here's the back of the, oh, you can't even see that. Well, that light is in the back of the car. This is the front. Oh, it's 46 degrees outside.
That's crazy.
Jeez. Alright, well, we're in the dark. We're just sitting, seeing if we see anything. Well, we can't really see anything because it's dark. But we're just waiting, you know, to see if we get any. Oh, heck no.
We turn on the light and it's like...
It's like I literally feel the air, like my knees are cold. Like I feel the coldness, but I think it's just from the air, like but no air's coming out. But my knee is cold. It's just like cold right here on my right leg.
That's weird.
Don't stop, you're freaking me out a little.
Should I turn this on?
Yeah. We're turning the lights on, guys. Hold on. Let me turn the camera around. And we're back. Yeah, so it is honestly really creepy just sitting in the car with all the lights off, like, and like ahead of me you can kind of see the road, like the little markers, and so that's a little scary, but you know, I don't know how long you're supposed to sit. We're just gonna chill a little bit. And the car is on, so if you hear like like coming, it's the car. Because if we gotta skirt real quick, we ain't gonna shut the car off, you feel me? Alright guys, so we waited a little bit. Probably not long enough, I don't know. Nothing really happened.
We're like too scared to sit here long enough to wait for anything to happen, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, kind of, pretty much. And so sorry, I have the freaking camera on a tripod right now and it's a little dark. We apologize, but we have to do this at night, so that's what's happening. But we will inspect the car once we get out of it and see if we find anything, because right now I'm not seeing anything on the windows, like no handprints.
We're not about to get out right here because we're literally right on the bridge. So.
Yeah, we're like right by the bridge, and there might be some crazies on the bridge, and like I ain't trying to like deal with that. So we just wanted to say we hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to see us do more haunted stuff, comment down below if you have any suggestions on where we should go. Maybe since we already live in Prescott Valley, we can go to the Whiskey Row. There's a lot of haunted places there. Jerome, possibly, just throwing it out there. We already have ideas, but we want to see what you guys think. Let us know.
This was just like a little dip in the water, you know what I'm saying? See how it feels, because like this stuff is really scary, but at the same time, like Irene said, we're not here to disrespect any of the, like, you know, spirits or anything like that. We're not trying to provoke them just to get for content, you know what I'm saying? Like, if we come across something and we experience, we're obviously, if we don't catch it on camera, we're gonna let you guys know, like, hey, this happened, but we're not gonna intentionally try to mess with, you know, something like that, because that's not what we're about. We respect the dead, and you know, they were once here and now they're not, and sometimes we can sense that or feel it or experience it if they let us. And you know, maybe this was just, you know, something where, you know, it's cool to listen to the old stories and like experience people have had, but if we don't experience it, we don't experience it, right? We're not gonna come looking for it. But yeah,
well, I mean, we technically are coming to look for it,
yeah,
but not in a disrespectful way.
right.
Like, we are purely about the investigation side of it. Like, it's just interesting to us. So if that's not your thing, we're sorry, but this is our thing, and this is what we're gonna be posting on our channel, especially in October, you know.
Yeah,
but we would want to do this stuff like not in October, because like I said, we are interested in it. We did the exploring the haunted bunker thing, and that wasn't nowhere near October. That's just something that interests us. So if that interests you guys, make sure to give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, comment down below, and we hope to see you guys in the future.
And also have those post notifications turned on, because otherwise you won't get notified when we post a video.
True. And don't forget, guys, stay hyped
With those good vibes on the daily.
recording. Hold on. Okay, guys, so we just found this real quick. We just wanted to show you, and the trippy thing is that's inside of the car. Okay, Angelique, show your light. It's not on the outside. It's not on the outside, but once you come to the inside of the car, guys, I'm kind of low-key tripping a little bit. Like, what the like, do you see that, you guys? Like, I'm not even joking with you. And then honestly, hold this right here, like right here. My hand is too big. Like, can you see that? My hand is too big for the print that is on the window.
That's weird.
Okay, guys, so update. We're driving home, and I was like, oh, when we get out of the car, like, we're gonna inspect it to see if we have any fingerprints or handprints on the windows, right? When we were driving home, we were like gonna inspect, right? But I looked in the back. I was just checking the windows while we were driving, and I saw something on that window of the driver's side, right in the back seat. I was like, oh, when we get out, we'll check it. I will insert the pictures or the clip or whatever
Of
what we got, and Angelique has something to tell you guys.
Dude, it's just weird because, like, we think that maybe it might be like one of my younger sisters, like they might have just put their hand on the wall. But like, we looked at every window in the car, and all, like, the windows are dirty, don't get me wrong, the windows are dirty, but on this one window right behind me, it's literally like a handprint, and then it's like just like, that's so weird to me. And literally, okay, so you remember that part when Irene was talking about, like, she had like a cold drift, right? When she said that, I didn't say anything because I didn't like literally think of it. I was like, oh, maybe I'm just getting chills or I'm freaking myself out. But I literally felt like someone, or I don't know what the hell, like, was like playing with my hair. Like, I literally kept feeling like the feeling of like someone just like going like that. And I literally said nothing because I was like, no, I'm literally just like imagining it. But like, now that I think about it, like, I'm literally like kind of freaked out right now because I don't know what to think.
Because the handprint is behind
right
her,
behind where I'm sitting.
and if she felt that and like her
right
the back
I'm
of her
sitting.
hair,
and I didn't get that feeling anymore when we left. When we left from where we were, dude, like right now, I didn't feel that again.
that's just too coincidental. Like, you kind of have to look at the facts, but also the stuff, like the windows are dirty. She has sisters that could have touched it, but it was bigger, it was smaller than my hand.
Have handprints.
Like,
that's just weird. They look like literally fingerprints, and then it's just like,
that was too much
weird.
of a connection, and we just got to tell you guys what we experienced. Like we said in our outro, we here to investigate, baby. So stay tuned for the next one, guys.
Cause to first it's got to